welcome back to my channel. It is of course Chelsea of She Designs Things. And in today's video, you all voted and decided that we would discuss how to create a brand identity package for your business. So of course, let's just go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so if you recall, I made a video series actually, about designing a Google site with me. What I did was I started with a fake brand. This was a brand that I made up on the spot, the name and everything. Now I will say this, most people can't do that. A lot of people aren't good at naming. I just happen to be really good at drawing associations between people, places, things, objects, and other cultural associations. I guess that's one of my strong suits. It's just drawing associations with things and also looking at the positives and the negatives when it comes to naming a company. So I bring this up as a way to start off what we're going to do when it comes to branding your own business. Now, And Travel Co., as I stated, is a travel brand. Therefore, we needed to create something for this travel brand. If you don't have an idea of the people you want, the people you're going to be serving, your audience, you are going to find it hard to create a brand. So I had to come up with the concept before I even came up with the name. Now there are 7 types of name styles you can go for. The first one is going to be like an eponymous name. That's one that's founder centric. Think of like Ford. That's the last name of Henry Ford. So we have names that you can go off like that to create your business. You can also do like a descriptive name like the Weather Channel, Bank of America, or you could go with an acronymic name like GE. What are some of the other ones that are acronymic? Like UPS, KFC, all of those are acronymic names. You don't really hear them say their full name anymore. There's just kind of a mouthful. And then you also have like suggestive names like Facebook, Pinterest. Those are more names that are a combination of 2 or more, but they also suggest something about the name. So like Uber, if you think about it, like what the word Uber means. And then you have associative names like Red Bull, obviously, and then abstract names like Rolex, Kodak, made up names. Other associative names can be like Amazon too, because the Amazon is quite large and expansive, and Amazon is quite large and expansive. So when you're coming up with your name, it's important to kind of decide what style of name you want to go with for your brand. For this particular brand, I wanted it to be kind of dead on exactly what it is. So a descriptive name, which is why the word travel is in there. So it's blah, 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 whatever's before, and Travel Co., which is short for company. So, but the full name of the company is And Travel Co., not And Travel Company. This is important distinction when it comes to like trademarking of the name. But I should also point out, before you even get to the point of deciding on your name, again, you have to have that audience, the brand identity part of who are the people you are going to be served being created first. Because in order for you to attract those kinds of people, you have to know what types of people you're trying to attract. If your goal is to attract anybody and everybody, it's still important for you to know what the common, the most common types of names are that make people feel included. What can you do to create a brand that is inclusive? So you still have to build that audience portfolio first. Once you've developed sort of the name and the audience portfolio, you then want to move into colors. So you need to get colors that you want to associate with your brand. Is your brand what type of feel you want for the brand? Is it going to feel warm and fuzzy, or is it going to feel like an authority? Is it going to exude power? There's something to be said about color psychology, and I will leave links and resources to color psychology below because it is super important for you to have an understanding of how colors make people feel and how they make them take action. It's also something to note is that not only the color is important, but the hue is important. A lot of times people get caught up on like, oh, I don't like that color, when it's not the color they don't like, it's the hue they don't like. I often said that with the color orange. I always said that I did not like the color orange, but it wasn't the color orange, it was the hue of orange that I was used to looking at. I just genuinely did not like that color. All right, and another thing you want to do is once you have the colors picked out, you want to create kind of a mood board. Like I have a little bit of a mood board right here, and share this with friends and family. You just want them to tell you and give you feedback on the colors, like what they think about it, you know, and genuine. Don't give it to that cousin or family member that's just gonna BS you. Give it to someone who actually cares about your endeavors and is going to offer proper feedback for your business. All right, so now let's talk about what would go inside of a brand identity package, especially one for your business. Typically, you're going to make sure that you have your main logo, your submark, and your alternative logo, which I totally forgot to put in here. A submark, by the way, is also called a logo mark. Logo mark and alt logo. You can also have a vertical logo, a horizontal logo, a circular logo. Logo, a variation of your logo. So we call those logo variants. Then of course you have your color palette. And now we have to talk about some of those digital assets that you probably need to make sure you're creating right after all of the colors and color choices in the logo is created. That has to do with your business card, front and back if you want front and back, thank you cards if you need thank you cards, gift certificate if you are a service-based business and you want to offer gift certificates, mailing address labels, number 10 envelopes if you're in the continental United States and you primarily send number 10 envelopes or an envelope of your choice, your company letterhead, your invoice if you invoice, email signature, social media profile picture, Facebook page cover if you use Facebook, Pinterest page cover if you use Pinterest, YouTube channel cover if you use YouTube, and social post backgrounds, Instagram story highlights, or any other highlight features that you use for your media. Now, I say this to say that not all of this is necessary. Majority of professional businesses don't have the digital media portion of it. That's all of this down here because it's really not something that they focus on. But things like your email signature, invoice, and letterhead are all a part of, and of course your business card, are really all a part of your identity package. Those are the things that you will find the most in a brand identity package. Please do not think that your designer is going to automatically have these things created for you if you're not doing it yourself or it's not included with your package. These digital assets sometimes are a separate cost. It just depends on the business. Now, how do you create all of these digital assets for yourself? You can create them inside of Canva if you so choose, or inside of Baseline. So here I'm showing you Baseline again. Baseline is what I use to create the logo brand portion of my business, the And Travel Co. So now I'm just going to show you what Baseline will do with that information. So we have our And Travel Co. that I brought into here with the new logo, and I created the logo mark. We have the black, the white, all that information inside of our brand. No similar backgrounds. You know, you guys get the point. You get the point. This is what will go into that full brand guideline. It's just the style guide for the logo portion of it. Typically you'll have a separate style guide for the web design portion of it. That is your web design style guide or your web design systems. A lot of companies that use WordPress or they get a custom built site will have their own web design system. Now, since we're focused on branding and more so that branding package, this is what I recommend doing. If you've never used Baseline, I do recommend Baseline. I am not affiliated with them, associated with them. They don't pay me. I just say what I want to say about businesses. I like to use Baseline. I think their premise is great, but there are other companies that do the same thing. Now, let's look at what they'll do with this information here. We can start with all templates over here at the top. So I'm just going to say all templates just to view them. And now it's going to apply my color palette and color scheme to my present brand. So if I switch the brand to one of my client brands, it's going to change that information out and put in the client brand information, including the client's fonts, which we've included inside of this business. The client's fonts, the client's colors, which are a darker blue hue and orange tones. So going back to And Travel Co., because that's the brand we're working with, you can see that they've come up with a few ideas for what we should use for our business assets. But we are a travel business, so we can kind of come up with some others if we so choose to, or we can start here because this is a great starting point. So I am going to create some assets for this business, and I'm actually going to start not here at the top with the Instagram. I'm going to start with the Facebook banners. I find that those are the easiest to come up with for your business. And my favorite one so far is this very first one, which I'm going to click on and click on Start Creating. Now, if I was doing this for an actual client, I probably would not use this. If I use it, I would use it as a tool, just like most things are, to help me create something. But for this video and for small business owners, this is the way to go. This is really the way to go. All right, so we're creating this Facebook sort of banner. We have our logo across the top, and we have these sort of call to actions along the side, which we obviously want to change to suit our business and to use our business information. So for 10 years, we have been helping to make your dream come true with care and love. That's not what we do around here. What do we do? Let's head back to our branding. What do we do? Our mission statement. All right, so we have two versions of it. At And Travel Co., our mission is to create curated travel experiences with a small ecological footprint. Or we can go with the longer variant, which is at And Travel Co. Our mission is to create curated travel experience with a small carbon footprint. We want to show our clients that it is possible to travel well without doing too much damage to the planet. And if you recall, on our And Travel Co. website, in our banner section, we have a way to see the world without leaving a trace, all of which say the same things. But what do they say? We provide sustainable travel accommodations and tours for those of you who want to travel the world and leave a smaller carbon footprint. So we pretty much has solidified across the board that we are a travel agency specializing in travel that is economically friendly. We want to support the planet. So we're definitely going to just copy this sentence right here, and I'm just going to paste it in there. So I've just pasted it in there, and then I'm going to shift it so that it's up a little bit higher. And I do like that they have these guides across the top and the bottom. I like it way better. And I like that it's using the font that I'm using for my business, which is Julius 1. And if you click on the logo, you can set the transparency 100% transparent, just like this. Yee. And then some more advanced, sticky to the side. I don't know what this does yet because I haven't played around with it yet, but we shall see. I'm gonna do this. Boyo, I think it looks better this way. Typically when you're designing, we try to make an F shape. So this is a reverse F if you ask me. But I do like that the And Travel Co. is right above here. Or I could just try and use this and make it smaller. See if I can get rid of that. Take this, push this to the side, or even this to the side. Transparent. I wonder. Anyways, I'm just playing around with this, but you guys pretty much get the point. This is how you can create your digital asset for your Facebook, and then you would just title this your business Facebook banner, move on to the next business asset after this. So by going to templates, you can change the template if you don't like the template that you're starting with. If you want to create something else and move things around a little bit more. So maybe I'm going to choose this one that has the wedding images. Maybe I want to position it more like a little bit of a grid. I'll do this And for this one, I'm going to photo adjustments, or is it a line? Let's see. It's simply right click, bring forward. And then this one, I'm still gonna leave in the back, and I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller. Not too much smaller, there. And bring this down, bring this across, make this more of a square shape. Move them in, move her in. All right, and take this because I think it's out too far, and do like that. Up to the side, equal. All right, so you get the point. Work with the layout, create these little shifts, and make the design your own. Save the design as the title, download to your computer when you hit download, and that's how you can do it. Just very quickly create those digital assets for your business. Let's see if they have some more physical assets other than digital. Whip and graph image. I see all the digital assets for images. So that's actually pretty cool. If you needed to create those digital assets, you can do them here. Now, if you need to create physical assets, I would recommend just doing that inside of Canva. Now, one thing that's really cool about doing this inside of Canva is that you can just simply create a folder and place everything inside of that folder with the item that it is. Say it is a your invoice or your letterhead or your YouTube banner or Facebook banner, or the envelope. All of that can be placed inside of one file, and inside of that one single file you can go back and forth to, and if you ever need to update or change your brand, you'll know where everything is located. So while this wasn't a tutorial, I am going to link the tutorial sort of how I created the brand for And Travel Co. in order to help you get started. I decided it wouldn't make sense for me to redo the same video because it's the same process. At least for me it is. All right, again, thanks so much for watching, and of course, laters.